Hey, Greg, why are you coming here looking like that? You know that today is the day of our class reunion, right?
Huh? Who is this?
This is Jan Witherton.
Jan Witherton?
Well, this isn't my parents' last name, so I'm sure you won't know who I am. Jan Smith.
Oh, Jan Smith, huh? It's been a very long time.
But I'm married now, so you can call me by my new last name, Witherton.
So if you're talking to me right now after such a long time, that must mean you're here right now at the reunion as well, right?
I am, you idiot.
Then you shouldn't have to be texting me right now, right? You can come over to me and talk in person.
The reason I'm texting you right now is because I don't want to come over to you.
Huh?
Are you going to tell me that that old heap of garbage truck you showed up in today is yours?
That's right, but what does that have to do with anything?
Are you serious? My God. I cannot believe you'd show up to your class reunion in a truck like that, still wearing your raggedy work clothes.
So that's what all of this is about. Well, before the reunion started, I had a job come up that I needed to be at, so there was no time for me to get changed after my work was done.
You didn't change your clothes because you're too poor to have proper clothing, right?
What?
If I remember correctly, your house is filled with all sorts of old and disgusting furniture because your parents could never afford to get anything new.
Now that you're saying that again, it reminds me of how often you picked on me back in school because of my house.
Well, come on. Did you see your place? You've been living in that same place ever since we all started elementary school, and I was certain that that house would cave in on itself at some point before we all graduated high school.
Well, right now my older brother and his wife have that house, and I'm living downtown near the bus station. Don't you remember back when we all finished elementary school, I moved into a new place with my family? We ended up getting a house downtown near the bus station where there was a shop on the first floor and then our house was on the second floor. Well, my parents opened that secondhand furniture store on the first floor when we moved in.
So that's what happened to that old house.
Since my parents run the place on the first floor of the building, and since I have a job of my own, I have no desire to work for them.
I see. So your parents must have seen just how much of a useless idiot you really are and made sure not to let you work in that store with them, right?
That's not the reason for it at all. I'm just saying that I have wants of my own, and one of those is to work a different kind of job than that.
So in other words, what you're saying is that you failed to do the job they asked you to do, and so now you're left doing some stupid work that you want to do. I totally get it now. Such a great feeling, right?
So, no matter what I try and say about myself, you seem to only want to make it seem as though I'm a failure.
And another thing, it's starting to smell like sweat in here now. It must be a pretty rough life having to work hard for such little income every day, right? I guess life for you is totally different from the life a CEO's wife like me gets to live.
You're the wife of a CEO? So your husband runs a company somewhere and you're able to live easily as his wife?
That's it. And that really expensive-looking car parked out front is the car that my husband bought for me. It must be crazy to see someone like me living their life on easy mode when you're stuck having to drive a run-down truck like that and work every day in those stinky clothes as a poor person.
I can tell that you have no idea what being poor is really like, and that's fine. But I hold a lot of respect for the job I do, and I feel as though the life I have right now doesn't make me a poor person in any way.
Really? Even though you just showed up to your class reunion in sweaty work clothes and a falling-apart pickup truck?
I only came here today in my work clothes and that truck because I got a job last minute that I needed to go help with. So that has nothing to do with the man I've become. And after I'd finished that job, I didn't have time to head all the way back home to get changed, so that's why I came dressed in my work clothes and everything. And as for the truck and these clothes, they're all from my job.
Oh, come on now. What kind of work are you helping with that requires you to have that crappy truck and such smelly clothes?
Near the bus station downtown, there's that produce store that happens to be busy every day, right? Well, currently, a friend of mine who's a farmer isn't doing so well, so I went out to his farm to grab the produce he planned to sell today and drove it into town to be placed in that store before coming here. The store is on the way, so I had no problem doing that for him.
You can tell me any kind of excuse you'd like.
Jan, if all you plan to do is make poor comments about me due to your delusions all day, do you mind just shutting up?
Huh? Delusions?
I really want to put down my phone now so that I can get back to talking with my old friends, so this is where we'll be ending things.
Who cares what you want, you moneyless loser? You're the most disgusting person I've ever come across. What was up with that? You had wanted time to talk to all your old friends today, but now you're sneaking out? Maybe after talking to everyone for a bit, they started to realize just how much of a moneyless loser you really are, and so you snuck away in embarrassment? Well, it's totally okay for you to not come to the after party, all right? If a loser like you had to come to a party with all of us in those sweaty clothes of yours, well, you get what I'm trying to say, right?
Well, actually, the only reason I had to leave is that I have some more work to get done now, and so I had no other choice. But if you still want to doubt what I'm saying, go ahead and ask some of the people I was talking to, and they'll say the same thing.
You actually think I'm going to go check on what's happened to you? I do not have the time to go out asking why a poor person like you had to leave the party.
That's right, but now that we both understand one another, can you stop texting me about this?
Huh?
I am a bit jealous that you get to be the wife of a CEO and all that, but don't think that means I care to talk with you.
And you should be jealous. I'm like a celebrity to all of you guys. Unlike a moneyless loser like you, I live in a completely different world filled with fancy and gorgeous things.
And a true celebrity would never care to talk with me the way you are now.
Excuse me?
To tell it to you straight, you're being indecent.
What the hell did you just say?
Do you really think you have it in you to be the wife of a CEO? Because a true wife of one would be helping him with his company rather than using his image to boost your own. Let's put it this way, if I was your husband and I was a CEO and all you did as my wife was spend my money and make fun of others, then I'd probably say that I don't need you as my wife anymore.
Don't need me?
That's right, don't need ya. Right. Now that we're talking about your husband and his job as a CEO, can you go ahead and tell him that he is in debt $7 million to all of his customers and that those relations will be halted for the time being?
Huh? $7 million?
Of course, he'll be told by other companies as well here soon, but it would be nice of you as his wife to inform him of all this.
Is this like a downturn?
In your case, you're much like your husband's employees, where you're given money by him like a salary every month, right? Well, since your income is on the line much like the rest of your husband's employees, it'd be best that you start to understand the state of his company a bit more.
Greg! What the hell does this mean? How are you the #1 customer to my husband's company?
So you finally talked with your husband about this?
I sure the hell have! Just when I thought you were trying to play games with me by saying all of that about my husband, I went and asked him myself to see what was going on.
So you thought that I was just messing around then?
I just thought that you were trying to make up for losing to me and tried to lie about my husband's job. But when I went to my husband with all of this, he turned ghost white. He told me that a project he'd been working on worth $7 million had started to go downhill.
And as for that project, he had come to my company asking for us to help take part in it to come out with a success. And at first I thought that the partnership would be good for us and that we'd just have to work with his company like any other project had been. But when I saw the information regarding the project from him, well, let's just say that what he had been wanting was unobtainable and that he was way in over his head.
It was that bad then?
Yes. He didn't even have any plans yet for the marketing side of the project, and that alone showed me that he had no faith in even getting this project to go anywhere. And so that's why I ended up saying no to his offer of us working together. But before I even had the chance to give him my answer, he already had his company working on the project and everything, thinking I'd join in. This should be common sense for anyone, but when someone already starts working on something without even getting notice of their partner's will to work alongside them or not, it's not a good sign for things to come. So, after seeing all of this from your husband and his company, I lost faith in doing any more work with him, and so I canceled all projects that were already ongoing with his company and will no longer be a customer of his. And I made sure to have that notice sent to his company the other day.
What the hell? So this is what ended up happening?
I'll have you know on a personal level that your husband has got guts for jumping on a project like that without overthinking things. But when it comes to business, you can't be too hasty like that. It can spell doom for any company when they aren't quite ready yet. And that's why I'd no longer like to do business with him and his company.
What the hell does he think he's doing? Hey, Greg. You guys, did you all move out of that house?
Huh? Oh, geez, it's you again, Mrs. Jan Witherton. It's been, what, half a year now since we last chatted?
It's Smith again.
Huh?
I divorced that man today. His company ended up going bankrupt, so I made sure that he paid for doing something so selfish as losing his company while married to me.
Okay.
So you guys moved out of that house?
Why are you asking me something like that?
I know that back in elementary school your family moved downtown and opened up that used furniture store near the station, but now it's gone and has been turned into an apartment building.
Well, my parents moved their store, and when they did that, they sold that place to a housing company. Well, I didn't know they were going to tear that place down and turn it into an apartment building, though, so that's news to my ears. Does this mean that you went to our old house and tried looking for me?
I sure did, and I thought that it would still be your house, and that's why I came all the way over here looking for you. If you were going to move out of there, you need to tell me that stuff.
Why is it important for me to tell you when I'm moving, when you and I have little relation to one another? It's not even like you're close to my parents either.
Well, I'm planning on getting married to you soon, so you know better than to leave me in the dark like this.
Huh?
It looks like a lonely loser like you is finally going to have your chance at getting a wife, right? And not only is this chance rare for you, but it's even more rare considering I'm like the diamond of women, and I'm willing to marry you now. So make sure to treat me right, okay?
No, please tell me you're not being serious right now.
Hey, about your current address.
I'm already married to another woman right now.
Huh?
I've been married to one of my best friends for a while now, and we've already had 3 kids together.
You're kidding. That's a freaking lie, right? If you're already married, then what's going to happen to me? I thought that even after divorcing someone like my ex, I'd still have you to fall back on.
Wait. Why did you think that would be the case? There was never a moment between us where you thought you could become my wife, right?
There was, though. Back in middle school, you had a crush on me.
I absolutely did not, but...
Huh? When you and I were in the same classes in 8th grade, you were always looking over at me like you wanted me in every way.
That was me looking at the girl sitting next to you, who's now currently my wife.
What?
So that's probably why you thought I was looking at you like that back then. And back then you knew about me dating her, right?
Wait, you're joking, right? No way. You're telling me that you are into that nerdy little freak of a girl?
Well, rather than calling her a nerdy freak, you can call her something like a nerdy and quirky girl.
Huh? You're telling me that a freak like her made you fall in love with her more than a goddess like me? You divorce her this instant and come and marry me.
Screw you.
Marry me right now. Where the hell are you living right now? Greg, marry me. Tell me where you live.
Shut up already.
What?
I'm blocking you now.
Wait a goddamn second.
Bye-bye.
You're supposed to marry me.
Right before blocking things with Jan, she made it seem as though I'd really want to marry her. However, what I learned later is that the previous marriage she had with her CEO husband was actually made possible by her stealing him from her younger sister years ago, and that led to her whole family cutting ties to her. And so, because of that, after leaving her CEO husband, she would have nowhere left to go home to. And that's why she was so hell-bent on marrying me. And only a few days after I blocked her, she started to cause a disturbance at the front desk of my office, saying she needed to talk to me and would start tearing her way into my office if they didn't let her in. But before she could do anything to get to me or harm any of my employees, my security was on her like dogs, and they took her away in one of their cars to the nearest police station to have her turned in for trespassing. And ever since she was taken into custody by the police, things have been calm and peaceful for me. However, a couple days after that, I heard more news about her and her ex-husband, and it became clear to me that she never left her husband due to his company going bankrupt. Rather, he had divorced her because she'd been cheating on him with another man from our class reunion. So as of right now, Jan is working her butt off at multiple different jobs trying to make money to pay for her own apartment as well as money to pay off the settlement her ex asked for. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Kai? Hey, are you still going out with that Kayla girl? Well, if you are, can you quit doing that to me and just open your eyes for once? All that girl is doing to you is brainwashing you into loving her instead of me. But I know that that isn't you who wants to be with her, so you need to get a grip. Hurry up and just open your eyes already. And once you've seen that I'm the one for you and not her, come and marry me, please. You and I have been friends with each other the longest, and so we have ties to one another that even she can't beat.
Well, listen, Maggie.
What?
I know that you were never made aware of this, but I'm already married to Kayla.
Huh? Since when did the two of you get married?
About 1 month ago, I think. When we had finished our wedding, we handed in our marriage papers and became legally married.
You guys had a wedding?
We haven't gotten around to getting a place of our own just yet to live in, but that doesn't mean we aren't a married couple now.
Well, I never heard anything about you guys getting married.
We didn't really want to throw a massive wedding for everyone to be at that would take forever to set up and a lot of our money. So we both agreed on having a smaller wedding that would just be for our family and the wedding itself held at a local church.
Only for your guys' family. You see me as your family as well, right? I mean, you and I grew up in the same neighborhood with one another ever since we were in preschool, and had gone to the same schools ever since then.
When I say my family, I mean my family that I'm related to by blood, which really only means my brothers and sisters, as well as my parents and grandparents.
Then what about me?
All you are is an old-time friend from back when we played together in the same neighborhood. Yeah, we went to the same schools and all that, but you and I never actually hung out much as we got older, and we never really talked after graduating high school.
I know that, but then how about we find a way to get me to become a part of your family? I'll go out and start filling out marriage papers for us, and then you and I can get married.
What the heck? I told you already that I'm married to Kayla. Handing in those papers will only be a waste of time for you.
But you and I should get married to each other, right? I'll even let the city know so that they'll cancel your marriage to Kayla and make me your wife.
Why do you think the two of us should be getting married to one another? Do you understand? I already have a wife of my own, and her name is Kayla. And anyone besides Kayla is not gonna end up becoming my wife, because I have no desire for that. Now stop it with all this crap, please.
But that's...
Stop it.
Kai, are you alright?
Kayla? Why are you asking me if I'm all right? Huh?
I'm talking about what happened with Maggie. She finally learned about how you and I got married without her knowing anything, but now she's started to say a bunch of strange things again, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. And I'm sure that when she finds out about the place we'll be living in starting next month, she's gonna be furious.
Was she able to find out what we're planning to do for our honeymoon trip soon?
Right. Well, Mom and Dad have been doing their best to keep all that information a secret from everyone else, so I don't think it'll be easy for her to find anything out about that, but we can't be too sure.
Well, we only have one more month before we head out on a romantic trip with one another.
Well, we'll have to see what happens soon.
Yeah, I'm hoping that things don't get too out of hand with her, though. After seeing the messages she's already sent you before, I feel that I'm going to have to say something if things continue to get worse. But also, something like this trip, even if she hasn't found out all about it yet, can't and won't stay hidden for long.
Right.
And another thing, about her saying that she plans to hand in your guys' marriage papers, you can send a message to the city office right now saying that you will have nothing to do with her if she sends those papers in. But if it's already too late and they've gotten the marriage papers from Maggie already, they aren't going to accept them. You're already married to me legally, and so they can't process whatever she hands them when they see you're already married. And in the 1 in a million chance things do go through, you'll be able to divorce her easily, considering we have all the legal documents showing we married first.
That's true. Thank you, Kayla.
Good morning, Kai. Today is the start of our honeymoon trip, so I just wanted to make sure you're awake.
Good morning, Kayla. I'm wide awake right now, and I'm just about to start leaving my place.
I'm on the same route as you right now as well. And I don't really want to have to ask this, but how have things been with Maggie? Do you feel as though she's going to try coming along, or like she's found anything about our trip out at all?
At this time, I'm feeling as though everything is going all right on our end, but that could just be me, and she could already be coming after us.
Is that so?
Well, we shouldn't have to worry too much about her. You and I have a plane to catch, and we shouldn't waste time trying to get her off our backs only to be late and miss the plane.
Good point. So let's just start by making it to the airport.
All right, I'll be waiting for you at the bottom of the stairs at Reynolds Station so that we can get on the last subway before the airport together.
Okay, I'll be looking for you. Kai, I'm assuming that you're about to be getting off that plane, right?
Maggie, what plane are you talking about right now?
I was planning on making this all one huge surprise for you, so I never told you anything about me being here. But to tell you the truth, I'm here to celebrate your honeymoon with you. And as for the hotel that you and Kayla will be staying at during your trip, I know about it as well. I made sure to look everything up in secret so that this could be a surprise for you. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a room at the same hotel, but I'm at another hotel close by, so don't worry.
How were you even able to find out what hotel we planned to stay at? There shouldn't have been anyone who knew about our plans that were willing to spill the news to you.
Well, actually, I don't think I've ever told you anything about this yet, but I'm actually really good friends with one of your coworkers.
Who?
There's a new girl there that just entered a little while back as a part-timer, right?
That girl, huh?
Well, she was kind enough to tell me the dates that you took off to go on your honeymoon. And after using those dates to look further into what kind of hotel you could be staying at, I found the right one. And that's the reason why I've been waiting for you in the exact same place you plan to have your honeymoon. So romantic of me, right?
How is any of this romantic to you?
Well, it would be the best if you didn't bring that hag Kayla along with you.
I'm not messing around right now, Maggie. Do you actually think that Kayla and I will let you off easy if you're gonna get in the way of our very important vacation together?
And that's the thing, Kai. You're wrong. This is the important vacation of both you and me.
I am married to Kayla.
You happen to be married to her legally, so I'll give you that one. But that doesn't bother me. Just as long as you and I are married by soul and body. This honeymoon that you set up for the two of us is going to be the start of yours and my marriage. And you don't have to worry about a thing regarding Kayla because I know deep down that you want to love me, and I won't let her stop us from having our love. You and I can enjoy the beaches of Hawaii as we make love to each other on every single one of them.
What?
I'll be waiting for you in the lobby of the Yotube hotel you both plan to stay at. You can tell Kayla that you're going out for a bit and then come on out to be with me. Kai, how have things been going? Is Maggie really down there in the lobby right now?
Well, she's actually not down there right now, and I'm sure about that because with her, had she seen me down there, she would have jumped out of the shadows to be with me. So you don't have to worry about her now, but I'm sure that she is in Hawaii right now.
You think it'll be okay for me to come down there to see you now?
Yeah, I think you'll be just fine.
Then I'll start heading down there right now.
All right.
Kai, you never came to see me yesterday, and I was so lonely because of that. I'm sure that Kayla got in the way of you coming to see me and everything, but I'm sure today you can find a time to come see me, right? I made sure to get to the hotel really early in the morning for you, so when you wake up, come on down to the lobby and see me. And that way the two of us can be with one another and not have anyone get in our way. And when you do come to see me, I'll bring you back to my hotel room where we can make love to one another from morning to night without ever having to stop. Ah, that's right. This is supposed to be our honeymoon after all, so I made sure to get us a suite room. I made sure to get this room for us before it was taken by anyone else without even looking at the cost of it, so make sure that later on you pay me back for it, okay? Kai, I started to get pretty hungry, so I'm in the restaurant right now next to the lobby grabbing a quick bite to eat, but I'll make sure to be back in the lobby waiting for you when I'm finished. I don't want you missing me when you come down, so make sure to wait a little bit if you're already on your way down. Kai? Hey, Kai! Can you come down here right now? There's an emergency! I'm in a pinch.
What is going on with you?
You finally replied to me. I'm guessing that you finally freed yourself from that hag Kayla and are able to talk to me again? Thank goodness.
Really? So that's what you were trying to do by saying that? You told me that it was an emergency, so I had to respond with something to make sure you were at least alive still?
Wait! I'm not kidding when I say I'm in a pinch. I'm sorry to have to ask you this early in the morning, but do you think you can come down here and pay for my breakfast?
Huh?
You do know where that really expensive restaurant is right next to the lobby of the Yotube Hotel, right?
Are you not carrying any money on you?
I did bring some money with me, but... well, I just thought that I'd be able to meet you right away after getting to Hawaii, so I didn't bring a whole lot. And as for my credit card, I already spent as much as I could on it.
So, you really have been going at it, paying for everything.
Well, this is our honeymoon after all, and I want it to be perfect. I wanted to make sure that we'd have amazing memories of it, so I went all out. Really, really, really. Hawaii is the best. And so because I've already spent everything I have, I'd like you to come down here and pay for my breakfast.
Why should I have to pay for you?
You are a longtime friend of mine, so it's only fair that you pay for me. Oh, my mistake. I'm your wife now, so that means you'll pay for anything that makes me happy.
I'm not sure how many more times I'll have to say this to you, but my wife is Kayla, not you. And right now I'm just getting back home to my place.
Huh? Your place?
I'm already back in Chicago now. That's what I'm saying.
Huh? You're back in Chicago now? You already flew back there without me?
That's exactly right.
But wait, you still have a few more days off after today that you won't be going back to work for, right?
Well, the trip that my wife and I took to Hawaii started a bit sooner than you were aware. And the reason we still have some days off left is because now that we're back here, Kayla and I need to begin moving into our new house together.
New house?
We saw that it'd be the perfect timing for us to move into our new house after the honeymoon, and so that's the plan we ended up making.
That's the honeymoon in Hawaii that we've both been waiting for.
Both? Let me tell you something, Maggie. The honeymoon that Kayla and I took wasn't even to Hawaii, but Bali.
Bali? You guys didn't go to Hawaii? But look, the hotel you guys stayed at was the Yotube Hotel here in Hawaii, right?
And that group of hotels has a hotel in Bali as well.
Huh? That's so messed up, though. Because the friend of mine that started working in the same company as you told me that your honeymoon would be in Hawaii.
And that's because I told everyone at my work that we'd be going to Hawaii, so they didn't know the real location of where we planned to go.
Huh?
And as for that friend, it's looking like she'll quit her part-time job here soon, so I'm gonna say something about her. She told me plenty of times already when we worked together that you kept asking about me and wanted to know why that was. So I told her the truth about you, but also said that you could tell her where we planned to go for our honeymoon, because we lied to everyone there already. And that's why she told you Hawaii instead of Bali. But when she told you Hawaii, you continued to heckle her about where we'd be staying and all of that. And so I told her to just tell you the name of our hotel as well, but then stop talking to you after that.
Huh? So the timing for your guys' honeymoon and where you were going was all wrong?
That's right.
What the heck? You have to be kidding me, right? Wait, what about the bill for this restaurant? What should I do? Crap, this is all going to get really nasty.
You don't have to tell me that. I'm going to be very clear with you that no matter what you try and get me to do, I have no desire to help you out.
What? Kai?
Do something on your own.
But I can't.
Well, you trying to get me to help you also won't work. Bye now.
Kai!
And with all that, you can see that my honeymoon with Kayla was a success, and we were able to enjoy our time in Guam before coming back home without ever having to deal with Maggie. And as for Maggie, it's insane to think that she ran out of money in Hawaii and she tried her best to get someone to give her money. But after sitting at that restaurant for so long, waiting and waiting for someone to help her, the restaurant staff began to suspect that something was up. And so when the staff confronted her on the bill, she told them everything, and she was forced to call her parents in a last-ditch effort. They picked up the phone and apologized for what their daughter had done before telling the restaurant they'd pay for her. And after having her meal paid for and being kicked out of the restaurant and hotel, she was on her way back home to Chicago. But this would not be the end for her. A week after getting back into Chicago from Hawaii, she married a man in his 50s out of desperation, who then told her that his parents needed someone around them to help care for them in their old age. And so, Maggie was forced to move in with his mom and dad, where she now works day after day caring for them, while also being picked on by the both of them for her lack of skills when it comes to being a good wife. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.